Good afternoon, Cancers and Soulmate. I am Key, and this is our doorway. So let's see what is in store for you guys as we enter throughout the doorway towards the Akashic Records. This is for Sun, Moon, and Rising, Cancers and Soulmate. The masculine, feminine soulmate. I kept feeling the sense of a crowd, you connecting to cliques or a particular crowd that connects to your core, and it is based on your creativeness or your creativity. So let's see what's in store for you guys. What is a present gift for Cancers and Soulmate for March 23rd through April 5th, 2019? What is Cancer's present and Soulmates for March 23rd through April 5th? Yes, it can be nerve-wracking for a second, but I feel you got this, guys. Whatever you're connecting to is made just for you. What is a present gift for Cancers and Soulmate? March 23rd through April 5th, 2019. What will take place emotionally, energetically for Cancers and Soulmate from March 23rd through okay. What karmic blessings are in store for Cancer and Soulmate? What karmic blessings are in store? Karmic blessings. Karmic blessings for Cancer and Soulmate. Okay. So let's get this started. All right. This is for masculine, feminine soulmate. Overall present to each other are from you, of your higher self. Okay, I was feeling this as your key. At first, when it comes to what you experienced of creativity or just being creative has left you at times feeling like an orphan. What's coming to mind is Annie. She did not stay an orphan for long. In fact, we wondered, based on who and how her character is, the makeup of her becoming alone. But nonetheless, she found a family that may have looked unorthodox or like a one in a million shot of connecting to a family that not only had finances, yet had that fruitfulness of core connections, of getting to the core of why unconditional love was needed. And it came in a facet of a male that had everything, yet what was missing was the heart, love. And by having Annie as his daughter, he's seen that, for one, not judging a book by its cover, but seeing the similarities of his upbringing and Annie. For you, Cancer's soulmate, being isolated may seem as if feeling abandoned or exiled, as if no one cares, but you care. And you know how it feels to feel alone. Even when finding your footing when it comes to finances, you may have to step out on your own. A lot of successful people in this world, and even in history, have experienced being abandoned or having to isolate themselves to find exactly that engine or that light, that beacon within them to lead the way. It's like becoming that hermit. You are the light bearer. In order to be a light bearer, you had to experience darkness or being alone. Like a womb, before we come out into this world, we're in the womb of our mother for 9 months. In total darkness, you could see very clearly. So when you feel alone or finding your footing in finances, know that step out on faith. You are stronger than you realize. And if you know you are strong, look at how you became strong. Your strength comes from you knowing how to be alone, how to go within, how to be an introvert. A crab has an outer shell that's very hard, but within is a softness to you. Let that be your present guide to propel you forward. Because you're about to become very successful. In the last 2 weeks of March, going into April, it's going to take you to step out on your own for a second, to look within to find what do you want to make as a foundation. And as you're finding your way, you're seeing that finances is not just about the coins. It's not just about the dollars. It's how you feel about finances. How do you really feel about making a way for yourself? This is a time to see your worthiness, to see that you are worth every dollar, every cent, every connection to finances, through people, through places and things. Know that what you have been praying for when it comes to finances will be of your favor. See that you will get the fair justice that you deserve. Why? Because you are very dedicated. You have a faith of a mustard seed. And like a mustard seed, a lot of people see that as small. They're looking at the size and not the grain itself. A mustard seed is very mighty. That's why it's so small. It's like our heart. Our heart, out of all of our body parts, look like it's small. But yet, if we didn't have a heart, we would not be able to operate. Even our brain and our stomach all connects back to the heart. So whatever you have been praying for, masculine, feminine, soulmate, know that your prayers will be answered. Steadfast in what you want to stand for. It's something that you want to stand for. Now is the time to step into that role. Again, a lot of people that have been exiled, isolated. What came also as your key to mind is Cleopatra. A lot of times she was exiled. A lot of times she had to leave her home. But every time she came back more as a pharaoh, more as a prophet. Even Jesus and Buddha, they both had to step out on faith and leave what is home to see what else is out there. So when both Jesus and Buddha came back, they came back as their whole being. And that's what you're about to become. Your own pharaoh, your own prophet, your own prosperity. How will you move forward in that? In the 3rd week of March, emotionally, energetically, you're becoming the king of air. You're seeing that what you have, first of all, you're very kingly. Again, kings a lot of times are not born, they're made. And even when born into the line of kingship, that's why mentioning Buddha, he denounced or stepped down to find his alliance, to find what really gives him an anchor. When it comes to the 3rd week of March, you're going to, again, be that king. So you're having that element of Aquarius, which is all about what is your anatomy when it comes to what you want to create. Gemini, what do you want to grow in the now, in your atmosphere? Libra, what do you feel leveled in creating? Because that is going to connect you by the middle of the 4th week to take that rest. You're in your house, but you're using the air element. So, when it comes to your finances, you're taking the time to rest, or you're taking a vacation. Whatever you have been doing for the last 4 months or even 4 years. Even if you have been making those or finding yourself in the last 4 days or 4 weeks, you're seeing that now you have that aha moment to take action. But before you take that action, yes, you're going to have to meditate and rest before you make that decision. Because the decision you're about to make is not a temporary one. It's something that you're going to be doing for the next 4 months, even the next 4 weeks. So from you meditating, and meditating can be napping, taking naps, getting a massage, taking walks in your atmosphere, finding people around you that have that same feeling of what you're going through. That's where the clicks came into play. Finding your clique, finding your crew, your comrades at this time. It could be another Cancerian that have air in their chart, or this can be an air sign in your atmosphere that can help in not just being a mentor, but being someone to cheer you on. Because you have many people around you. So even though you may feel isolated, again, either you're about to become promoted at a business, or if you're finding your own niche, your own network, you're going to start being around people that have that air of ambition like you. And they will have that certain position that, or someone of an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, that can definitely guide you on this quest. Because Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius are very intellectual, yes, but they're very cultural on who to connect to and why that connection is your core. So a lot of times they might ask you, what is your core value? Why this is? It's because you're changing. Again, when we change and you're stepping into your own water sign, but now you're becoming that Leo. So again, taking the lead in your life and what you want to live for, what really is worth your time, is worth your leadership. That's what you're leading towards. So yes, it may cause you phobia because even though you're in the water element, you're also bringing out your fire side. And your fire side at this time period is of a Leo. So you can be connecting to a Leo right now in your world that is making those changes, or you're wondering if this Leo is making changes for you. It says 5 of water, yet it's 2 cups here. And when you see 2 cups, that means the lovers. That means 2 people that have equal emotions, equal devotion, equal dedication to each other, aligning each other as one. But before you get to these 2 of cups, you're laying down your burdens. You're laying down what makes you feel alone, what makes you feel isolated, what makes you feel insecure. Because what you're finding is that those names that I mentioned, or those emotions, were for you to face. Or if this is in regards to, again, your creativity, you're seeing that you do want to offer a cup to another. But before you do that, something about 5, not just the house of Leo, but maybe you have experienced something that made you not feel worthy at 5 years old or 5 years ago. That now it's like a full circle. Whatever did not make you feel worthy, now you're facing it and seeing that you are worthy. It's just that you had to experience failure or forfeit in life to understand what is fruitful to you, what is firm in your world. But in order to know that, you had to face the opposite. So if things are not turning out the way you hoped in regards to a Leo, or in regards to what you want to take a lead in, start asking yourself, what do you really hope for from out of this experience? What do you hope to find when it comes to what you want in the world? When you start asking yourself these questions, you'll see that you'll have that opportunity to align yourself in it. So, yes, you have brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Now it's time to make your ideas or your new ideas a novelty, a way to navigate in your atmosphere. Whatever ideas that are new to you or that are not really new to you, but maybe you haven't done the action yet. Now is the time to do that in the fourth week going into April. So, see the truth in the situation. You are a leader. You can lean on yourself to see what you have learned and see that what you have learned is going to make you understand that you are a leader, that you are a born leader, and that you're worthy of whatever you want in life. So, a challenging beginning because you're becoming that knight. Yes, you are a king, but you're also a knight. You understand that in order to be a king, you had to put in the footwork to know where you stand, what decisions really need your direction, and again, with your ideas. You're becoming more idealistic, meaning whatever your ideas are, you're making that be your light, your ignition. And yes, it's going to be tireless, or people may see you as being tireless because they see that you're going towards what makes you feel not just financially secure, what makes you feel more firmly grounded in what you want to make. You are the founder. So, events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. Again, you have meditated. You have seen what it means or what really matters to you. So, a creative solution, something about being creative. What is your creativity? What do you want to create? Because whatever you're creating is not only going to help you financially, but it can possibly, and it will possibly help others in the four corners of this world. And whatever country you live in, is going to be helping the north, south, east, west. You are the core, you are the center, you are the heart. You hold manifestation. You are the truth and the light. Know that if you're connecting to, if this is you, you're stepping in, you're becoming more grounded by the last week of March going into April. You're seeing that what you want to start has stemmed from your experience in life for the last 8 years. So, your skilled work, what you have been starting or what you have up in the surface, comes from 8 years, 8 months. Even by the time you are even 8 years old, these are things that your creativity from 5 to 8 years old has given you enough proclamation to process forward. Your skilled work is going to be rewarded. in the last week of March going into April, learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school. So if you are wondering if going back to school is going to be able to give you that paperwork to say that you are professional, or taking an internship, definitely do that. We have in this genre, this era of our lives, libraries that hold certifications, that hold licenses that you can obtain in regards to this new endorsement of what you want to embark on. How will this help you? You're in the planet of Jupiter, so spiritually or through your actions, you're going to be learning or teaching. So you're doing both. Not only are you learning, but you're teaching what you have learned in life in regards to what you feel connected to and what you're creating. Mentally, you're being more positive, rather than feel afraid or problematic. You're turning what you feel as a phobia into prosperity. It's all about changing the wording, and the wording helps to change your energy, even in helping what comes to you. So, physically, you're going to start growing and expanding. And how you're going to grow and expand is by being in the house of Virgo. So, you're using your spirituality to find the methods for your healing. Whatever your fears are, now you're starting to face them and see that facing them is not only healing you, but it's also helping you to see your power, your potential. Mentally, you're starting to analyze what prospects really get you moving on your path. And physically speaking, you're going to start resulting from the perfectionism of who you are. So whatever you feel is a perfection physically, you're going to start practicing that. You're going to start giving to yourself. And the more you give to yourself, the more people are going to give to you. No longer are you going to give outside of yourself. You're going to give first to you before you look outside the world for the world to give to you. You're going within to see exactly what makes you feel like your highest potential. And you're going to physically, outwardly show that by the way you're practicing. How people are going to recognize who you are and your core creativity is through your actions. They're seeing that not only do you learn and teach, you know your highest ideals. Your actions are going to show your highest ideals. Again, your professionalism. Mentally, you're going to start making rules. You're going to start implementing rules. And not just rules that make you feel regretful or remorseful. You're making rules that make you know that you are respected, that you are royalty, that you are ready. And what you're going to be ready for physically is getting out to the world, getting it out to the world. Whatever it is that you want to create, whatever you want to change, whatever you want to connect to, you're going out into the world. And Sagittarius is all about not just their philosophy, but living physically through their philosophy. That's what you're going to be doing. So, if this reading resonates with you, press the like button, share, and subscribe. If this reading does not resonate with you at this moment, check out Aries, Gemini. Those two zodiac signs can give you a more in-depth of what direction you may be going and what duality are in your favor that will give you that dedication. If you would like a personal reading, look in the description box below to see how we can connect to each other. I love you. I love you. I love you, Trinity. We will see you on the other side.